Oh, let's have a look. Hello, Mike. I can't see us going up this season unless we put our unbeaten run off for 10 games. Something isn't right. Right, somewhere in the squad at the top. Anyway, got to go now. My daughter's passed the driving test for the first time, so I'm out with her and her family tonight. Not really a go out for the meals type man, but it's a special day for her. Oh, congratulations. No, massive congratulations. Anyone passing a driving test these days is good. It's hard to do. So yeah, go out and enjoy your meal. I'm a bit jealous, not gonna lie. So before we get into it, anybody see the Man City game? What a debacle there! Oh my God, scores. Football's gone. The Premier League shit. VAR needs banning. It's laughable. Just let the goal stand. Just let the goal stand. Ridiculous. Anybody see that? Just go and have a look at that. Go and have a look at Man City's written off third goal. Absolute embarrassment to football. Football's gone. I was watching some. So I'm just adjusting my phone. I was watching some old football. I see a game where the pitch in the middle, I think the mud was just about over their boots and they were still ready to kick off. That's football for you. Football for you. Yes, shambles, Luke. It was embarrassing, mate, wasn't it? Evening, Martin. How you doing, bud? Hope you're well. Got me pink shirt on tonight, which means, guess what? We won. So that ain't bad going, is it? Can't complain. Yes, Charles. Hello, Charlie. How you doing? Mehmet class. We'll get into it. So look, got 11 people watching. I'm happy with that. Let's get into it. So before we start, I'm Mike the Fisherman. This is Fisherman's Blues. This is everything ITFC. It's my little podcast, stream, whatever you want to put it. And I'll give you my thoughts. Honest thoughts. I don't mess around. I say it as I see it. And Adrian, Mike, how's your brother? Well, I've just come off the phone to him, bless him. He was late phoning me. He normally phones me on a Sunday night so I can have a chat with him. But unfortunately, he was half asleep. Apparently, he'd been up all night. So unfortunately, his condition means his sleep patterns all over the place. But he was absolutely shattered tonight and didn't even say one word to me. So I don't mind. I got to see him, even if it was for 5 minutes. I'm happy with that. And I'm just going to tilt my phone. There we are. Look at that. Get that shirt in. Look at that. Bit tight. I'm not going to lie. Me moves a little bit, But anyway, right. As on entering the Summer Olympics diving competition. Another one. We'll get into that as well. Anyway. Mike, evening, Rob. How you doing? As I said, this is Fisherman's Blues YouTube channel. I am Mike the Fisherman. Like, subscribe. If you like what I offer, join the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. I'm not looking to make money out of this. It's just me having a chat with you guys live once after a game. And we put the world to rights sometimes. Anyway, let's get into it. I shall get my phone up of knowledge. So we started off yesterday. A team, Walton, Davis, Kipre, O'Shea and Furlong, Matisiwa and Taylor in the midfield, which was pink shirt time, Dino. You're not wrong there, mate. Matisiwa and Taylor I thought was always going to be a choice. Burns on the right, Clark on the left. Mehmet, who I thought was class yesterday. And Daly, I don't know what we call him. I don't know, swan dive? I don't know, it was awful. As on the diving machine, absolutely. That your shirt's making my eyes sore. Hey, nothing wrong with my shirt. You leave my shirt. Good evening, my old mate, Colin. Colin Plum, if no one knows anything about the club, your name's not Colin Plum. He knows loads about the town. Been a fan since the 60s and been to Europe everywhere. He's got a book. I have got it. I have read it. Fantastic read. Loved it. Anyway, I hope you're well. Simon Harris, I think he's got gold for that. Yeah. Hello, mate. Great result yesterday. Boys played well. Dinky Pinky, love you. Thank you, Colin. Anyway, so, and Derby. So Derby lined up. Vickers in goal. Ward, Clark, Baith, Merkin, Azor. My eyes are terrible. Travis, I have to say, was brilliant for us yesterday. Berriton, Diaz, Clark, Brewster, and Agiman or whatever. And I'll tell you what, I'd have him at town every day of the week. I thought he was class as well. So, thoughts for the game was very sort of nervous. I think a lot of town fans are sitting there thinking, I was thinking, you know, Derby in form. Can we go there, get a Colin? Oh, yeah. 14 passes in a beautiful goal. And Colin says Travis was our 12th man. He was our man of the match. What are you on about? But yeah, so, and to be fair, I think a lot of fans went sort of level, you know, shy level-headed fans. We all want to win. There's no bones about it. I think we're all looking at a draw. Some fans were sending me messages like saying, I think we might lose this 2-1. But I was thinking, you know, a draw, which wouldn't have been good enough in my opinion. But, wow, what a start. So, anyway, game kicks off and I thought we were pretty good for the first 20 minutes. Thought we were very good on the ball. There was a lot more purpose with our play. We weren't pissing around the back with it too much. O'Shea wasn't doing aloof. Wolfenden standing on the ball like he's posing for a statue. I thought it, you know, we were playing more balls into the channels. Burns and Clark looked lively. And Mamete, who I thought was man of the match, him and Nunes should be able to nail down that number 10 role quite nicely between them. I think that's a good rotation there, which means we could hopefully keep them both fit to the end of the season. Burns looks better and better. He's getting older, but he looks just better and better. If you haven't seen, actually, Carly Bisler has done a player rating. I think it ran for quite a few weeks, and I think Burns finished third. Morsey second. I wouldn't have had Morsey second. I would have had Morsey first. But I think, Leif Davis finished top as the best game changer signing. But, you know, Burns, top three, Burns, Morsey and Leif Davis. Can't argue with that. Top three, 100%. I think there was quite a few. Ben Godfrey's were lower down, shall we say, the hot, you know, supporting up the rest. But 3,300 Blue Army were unbelievable from start to finish. I've got to say, I couldn't have the sound on because I was at work, but I will say, when I did have the sound on, it was certainly lively. Very handy hull and the sky blue slipping up too, have to agree. A very professional display, but still need a cutting edge in front of goal. I thought Mamete and Burns were unlucky not to get goals yesterday. I mean, you know, their keeper pulled up, Derby keeper pulled up some, Vickers, he pulled off some brilliant saves. That's what your goalkeeper's paid to do, isn't it? Let's be fair. Another day they go in the back of the net and we win 3 or 4-0. So, of course, we score a own goal. Well, we didn't. Travis, I mean, I can't understand what he was thinking. Why would you have the ball that direction? I mean, I watched it back 4 or 5 times. He's just gone up. He's got bang. Honestly, you know, if you were an attacking defender hitting that ball with a header like that, you'd be well pleased with it. So anyway, we go 1-0 up. I thought we thoroughly deserved that. Actually, I thought we deserved to be 1-0 up at that point. We sort of see it out towards the end. Couple of chances. I think Derby had 1-2, and then we get into the second half. Again, Derby came out first 10 minutes. But I thought we looked fairly solid. Game sort of ticking by. And then, look, it's a penalty, but doesn't Mike look pretty in pink? I know. I don't look like I've got hair tonight, but I have. I might use just for men. But anybody, my mate Suffolk Crunch is in the chat. Anybody that wants to, that knows anything about another one, Suffolk Crunch, go and have a look at his channel. Great bloke. We have a lot of banter on WhatsApp, shall we say. Mike Baker, good evening. I hope you're well. Yeah, so obviously, and then, yeah. The thing I didn't like about the penalty, yes, Matsuwa clipped him, but what I will say is I thought the player just went down. Like, as soon as he felt the tap, he went down. This modern penalty rubbish. I'd try me up the wall, and yeah, look, it's a penalty. Got to take it. They score, and we're all thinking, oh God, so the draw's going to be the case. How are we going to get out of this? How are we going to play? Are we going to get the heads down? Are we going to do anything good? So, of course, we get to about 64, 65 minutes. Subs are made. I think Burns comes off. McAteer comes on. And obviously, you know, the ball plays out to McAteer on the right. Must say, absolutely sublime cross. I've given McAteer some absolute pelters this season. And sometimes warranted because he's just not been at the game. But yesterday, I've got to say, I thought he played really well. I thought he came on and maybe, you know, showed there is a player in him. I mean, look, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I know that. But as a fan, you do get frustrated when you see players that are a little bit donkey, shall we say. Anyway, he put a lovely ball in. And there is Leif Davis, all on his own. I think he could have done a Picasso painting by the time that ball got to him because no one picked him up. Bang. Headed the ball back from where the ball came from, pretty much. The opposite side of the goal. Keeper, no chance. A last-ditch try to do an overhead kick to clear the ball by one of the Derby defenders, and we go 2-1 up. And then you can see it pans to the away fans, and there's limbs everywhere. For a chance, give him some flack. No, you're right, Colin. He looked decent when he came on yesterday. You know, look, it'll do him a world of good, bit of confidence. Maybe, look, we don't know. With Smodic going, look, I've heard the rumours. I should imagine a few players. I'm not going to speak about it on here too much. But, you know, who's to know that's not part of it? Who's to know that... Well, anyway, we don't know. But he came on, done a decent job. We see the game out, bring on a couple of subs as well. Ladneil from Sunderland looked decent. 2-point first goals and Leif to score. You can't go. Look, Leif Davis, he's just a phenomenal player. I love him. Him and Burns have just got better and better, in my opinion. I know Davis is not ripping up the championship with assist side this season, but he has been asked to play a more inverted role, hasn't he? Which, for me, doesn't suit him. But look, yesterday, brilliant goal, and we go 2-1 up. And like I said, the fans, I'm sat there with a customer in front of me and I'm grinning from ear to ear. And I said, I have to apologise, my team's just scored. And he was like, oh no, who do you support? Ipswich. And he was a Norwich fan, so. Anyway, so look, we see the game out. But there was so many positives about the performance. And it was this, we suddenly done away with 200 passes between Kipre and O'Shea and started hitting balls into the channels, started making more direct passes. And, you know, with this low block that teams play, you can play balls into the channels. I've said it for so long. You can play into the channels. You can play the long pass. You can play over a team rather than trying to play through the team, inviting them to press and stuff like that. Sometimes it works, but we've got to, like I said, for us to get promoted this season, we've got to mix it up. And I think that yesterday we mixed it up really well. I think players need to be allowed to express themselves a little bit, you know. And I think, like I said, I think as a team we expressed ourselves really well. A couple of negatives. I've got to say. Well, one more than anything was Azon. I just stay on your feet, fella. You work hard and you put yourself about, but stay on your feet. This is not Spanish football. This is English football. This is, stay on your feet. And I think if you can't stay on your feet in these sort of games, then you need to go. I'm still pretty annoyed the fact that we didn't go out and get a forward. I thought Derby's player, I can't pronounce his name, Aubameyang, whatever. I thought he was brilliant. I thought he is exactly the type of player that would thrive under McKenna and the way that we play. I think he would put himself about. He has that Delap feel about him. I think Derby will do well to keep him at the end of the season. I think he could end up. I think he'd go to the Prem, or maybe I think he could. I think he's got something about him. I know I did see that one particular fan thought that he hasn't got it in him, but his opinion means zero to me. But yeah. So for me, I thought it was a thoroughly deserved win, and the away fans come away once for a change with a victory, and then it just leaves us really to go to Wrexham on the FA Cup. Now let's be honest, I think I'd quite happily stick the reserve side out. I'd stick the under-21s out if I'm brutally honest. I wouldn't want any of the first team playing in that game. I just wouldn't. I just don't want them playing that game. I would just rather we don't play any of the first team. But I couldn't give a damn about the FA Cup. I think if we come out of it, it's no big loss, because the following week we go back to Wrexham. So and that's another 3 points that we must try and get. Colin says, I think Davis might finish up captain of ITFC. If he stays with us, yeah, I think there's a possibility. He's him or Burns. I think both of them could be. I mean, I wouldn't be letting Burns go anytime soon. I wouldn't let Davis go anytime soon. I think they're two very good players for us right now, and like you say, you need them type of players to go forward. Gelly. Now this is a problem. Where does Gelly play? Because for me, he can't play on that right hand side, cutting in on his left. He just isn't good enough for me at the moment. Would I play him as a number 9? Yeah, I think Burns will leave. We go up. Madness if we get rid of Burns. If we go up, I think he was one player we did miss in that league. He's got pace. He understands the game. I'd be devastated if he go. Look, all players are going to go at some point, but I wouldn't want him to go. I think he's definitely a player that you could do within the Premier League. Just knows that position so well. Just knows how to play that position. And he's happy here. Hopefully, he's happy here. I know his mum loves the club. I know, she's really proud of what he's doing and stuff. So, big shout out to Melanie Burns and all that. I hope you're good. Might make a cup run is always nice, but I ain't gonna win. So like you say, I'd play the kids. Absolutely, yeah, Mike. I think you've got to play the kids. The FA Cup's losses at Peel anyway, hasn't it? When they stuck the semi-finals at Wembley just to make some money for the Wembley Stadium, that ruined the FA Cup for me, because your whole idea of the FA Cup was to get to Wembley. Your final, everything was to get to Wembley, and it's been ruined now, because you think, well, as long as I make the semi-final, we can, Rob says, absolutely, Rob. Burns was massively instrumental with us getting promoted twice. Woody Wood, hello, mate. Azon is terrible. What is the board plan to actually buy a striker should we get promoted? well, I don't think either Hurst or Azon go to the Premier League with us. If we get promoted, they don't come with us. I genuinely feel that. Look, Hurst is something missing from Hurst's game. It's just whether it's confidence or whether he feels he's just not being played through, played well in that. I don't know. He's just lost something. He's just lost that spark. Both our forward number nines are very poor. I was kind of hoping Azon would start to stay on his feet and maybe put a few goals in the back of the net, but I just can't see that. EJ Norris, yeah, he needs a goal. Yeah, the thing is with Hurst is that I think he shot himself in the foot when he did that penalty speech. Remember, live? Oh, it's my bread and butter. Then he goes and misses, and then he misses another one. It's like misses an open goal, and it's like, so when one thing bad happens, another happens, your confidence goes. I've seen it with my own boys. When things go right, they're flying. But when they're not, they hit a shot and it ends up at the corner flag. So it is what it is, and I think Hurst and Azon haven't been doing particularly great this season. Have we got enough about us in this squad to get us promoted? I think we have. I just feel that we've got to win these away games. So yesterday, Derby win was a good win to start us. If we can go to Wrexham in the league and get a result there, I think it'll do the players a world of good, do the fan base a world of good, because then we really will start to believe. Hurst hasn't been the same since he found out he was Scottish. No chance of going to the World Cup. Yeah, oh, bless him. Yeah, I love it. Oh, this is why football's great. It really is. But like I say, if we can carry on getting the results, it's always disappointing. We did have a poor result. Preston for me was a really poor result. We should not be drawing with Preston, and I think that one again was on the way we played, on McKenna and how we set the team up. We've got to continue the way we play, and be more direct, and be more purpose with our play, because when we can destroy teams. Ronaldo to be tried as a number 9. What, my weight? I might give you 5 minutes. I think the ankles might give up. I might be injured after 5 minutes. Oh, that's another. Oh, let's talk about a bit of shithousery. So we've got that in Furlong. I love Furlong. He's proper little shithousery. He gave that old bloke a bit of a nosebleed, didn't he? But then the goalkeeper, 5 minutes, suddenly the defender's off and the goalkeeper's laying there. Colin says Lampard was driving a Ferrari, now he's driving a bumper car. That's what you get for not shaking Kieran McKenna's hand at Coventry. We are in your wing mirror, you salty man. Do you know what? I never realised that he didn't do that. So yeah, Shampard. There we are. If he ends up in the playoffs with Coventry and loses, that's going to be absolute justice. You do not, look, no one likes losing, but you must always shake hands with the opposition, even if you think the opposition's a complete twat. You've got to. As a coach, I went up against other managers with my teams, and I always... I'm just reading some comments. I'm always shake the hands, even if I think they're twats. But there we are. That's how it is. Rob says you'd knock a few defenders down. Maybe for 5 minutes I might. Trevor says I more see you as a sitting midfielder. Sitting in the centre circle, watching the gameplay. Rob says chief battering ram. Yeah, probably. Oh, bless. But I used to play holding mid now and again, or defensive midfielder as it was known in my day, and a right back. None of this inverted hybrid left centre back, you know what I mean? Or this inverted 9 that we get called on some of these players. And when I did my coaching badges, one of the coaches actually who I was with turned around and said to me, you know, one day everything is going to be FIFA talk. And he is bang on. He was bang on. Everything is stats and this and stats that. I'll say you can have a player that stats look fantastic on paper, but whoever you can put on the ball, you don't win games by how fast you run, yeah, in a game. You don't win games by having 200 passes between you and your centre-back. You win games by putting the ball in the back of the net. And I think that's where we need to be concentrating on, even if it means playing a bit more long balls. Like I said, it is part of football. Collins says, Trevor, where's Nigel? Another open top tour for Norwich. He'll be on later, Colin. Wait and see. Yes, mate. Oh, dear. Right. Well, that's it. 26 minutes of the Fisherman talking about Ipswich. Oh, look. Thank you guys ever so much for joining me. Nice pink shirt for the win. One day he'll place 2 strikers up front when we have a couple. Well, I think we could have got a donkey and an ass the transfer window, and I think they would have been better what we got right now. They're not great, and that is just my opinion. But anyway, let's not leave it like that. Ipswich Town, Derby County 1, Ipswich Town 2. We take the 3 points. We destruction Derby, as they say, you know, battering ram, all the puns. Anyway, I'm Mike the Fisherman. This is Fisherman's Blues. Like, subscribe, come and join me. Thank you, Trevor. Oh, excuse me. Blah. Up the town. I'll take 25 likes on this video. If I get any more than that, I am happy. Anyway, until next time, which will be after the Wrexham FA Cup game, we'll have a chat about that. It won't be too negative, because the end of the day is I'm not worried about whether we win that or not. But as for me, thank you guys for joining the live. Absolutely appreciate it. As always, up the town. Till next time.